smoked lamb gyros by Vic Cook. So we're gonna get right on into it. This is pretty delicious. The first thing you want to do is get your leg of lamb and get all your seasonings together. So all I do is I cut it right out the pack, and then I rinse it off, and then I kind of pat it dry because I want to put my own flavors on there. Get rid of that slime too. So then I pretty much use a little bit of whiskey, splash it real quick, and then I get my seasonings to stick. I use a little bit of black salt, black pepper, garlic mixture, a little bit of cayenne pepper or paprika, some Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, you know, the basics. And then I just pretty much put a nice heavy thick coat around it because it's going to be sitting on that smoker for a while, so you want that to crust up. And then I throw my hooks in there. Now, with large pieces of meat, I'll recommend throwing in 2 hooks because sometimes that meat will get tender, and if you got just 1 hook in there, it can fall. So make sure you get 2 hooks to make sure you get a good hunk of that meat in there. Right now I'm throwing in some cherry wood. I got my smoker going. Nice rolling smoke right there. And then we just hang it, and then we're gonna let that sit for a couple hours before we come back and check on it. Start putting my temperature probes in there, adjust my grates, and then I come and check on it after the first hour and a half or so. Got a nice decent color on it. Then I come back about every 40 minutes or so. I'm checking it, and that's mostly just to rotate it or see if I need to add another wood chunk in there or not. But we're going for an internal temperature of about 170. Then that's when I take it off and I just kind of wrap it. Now around this point I was getting hungry, so I ended up cutting pieces off and sampling it. Maybe I didn't show that here on the camera, but anyway, you want to wrap it up. I always wrap it in peach paper as opposed to foil, but you can use whatever you got. And then I throw it back on the smoker, and then just to let that get a little extra tender. So then I get my veggies going. Now for the gyro, you're gonna need some onions. So we do like that. I just kind of dice them up however I want to. No real technique here. Just, you know, get the onions cut up. I like them a little bit longer and whole like that. And then I drizzle them with a little bit of olive oil and some black peppercorns, just because. And then I wrap that in foil, and then I put that on the grill right with my lamb. So then I cut up a nice little cucumber. And now the cucumber, some people mix it with the tzatziki sauce. I bought some store-bought tzatziki sauce, but I just like the cucumbers anyway. Also, if you want to make it into like a salad, you can do that too with your little fresh veggies. So love my cucumbers, so I just dice them up. And yeah, that's pretty much put that in the fridge. Then tomatoes, however you pronounce them, you want to get those nice and cut up. And then I just put them in a little Ziploc bag. So this is all with my meat smoking. I just prep my veggies. So then I take my onions out, and then this is much later. I throw my pita on the stove, and then yeah, I take it out, and it is hot. So I'm trying to grab the bone, and I just cut off pieces. You can see that beautiful smoke ring up there. You see that little pink, nice surrounding, nice delicious bark. So then now it's time just to put it together and assemble it. So I get my tzatziki sauce, spread it on the pita, pile on my lamb meat, no rhyme or reason, and throw some onions in there. It's about this point in time I realized I'm gonna have to close this, so I probably should try to organize it a little bit, but then you know, it happens. So I throw my cucumbers, my tomatoes, and my feta cheese crumbles on there, and that's the final results. So yeah, this is pretty fun to make, pretty easy to make, very delicious. If you like this, then go ahead and hit me with a subscribe.